So before we actually check these guitars out, see how they sound, play them, like and subscribe, please. It's very simple. It helps us out enormously. So please go and do it. 3, 2, 1. Oh. We got it.
Sustain.
Hi folks, Nathaniel here at Chicago Music Exchange. I'm joined by Daniel Albert. How's it going, mate?
It's going well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So, we are about to talk about some Martin custom shops, I believe.
We are, absolutely.
Was there something in there?
I was just making sure it was a custom shop, but I mean, it has to be if it's aged, so.
Fair enough.
I was actually just at the Martin custom shop and we were picking out a bunch of wood and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some really, really cool things coming.
Okay.
But right now we do have a lot of great stuff, so now's an excellent time to get a good deal on the Martin.
Now, so obviously you were at the Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
So how do you? What's the process? How do you go about choosing this piece of wood as opposed to this piece of wood?
I mean, ultimately, like, in a situation when it's a company like Martin, all their wood is excellent, so you don't really have to wonder whether it's going to be a great sounding piece at all.
Of course.
So a lot of what we do there is just try to pick out things that are visually very stunning as well.
Right.
It's difficult because you have woods like rosewood that have long been revered for uniformity and not going too crazy. But as those wood supplies are drying up, you see a lot of rosewood with the real wild grain is what they call it.
You say wild looking pieces. This is up there, right?
Yeah.
This is interesting.
That is one, I mean, obviously some really, really cool things going on with the bridge and the fingerboard there. And again, just things that you typically wouldn't expect to be used on a guitar. We're kind of transitioning into that period where having strange grain or previously kind of undesirable looking wood is, I'm really glad that we're getting beyond that because you're getting some really, really great looking guitars out of it. 12 fret, obviously. We've got a Western red cedar top, and I always butcher this, but African Paduke.
Okay. If you don't know, listen, I got a clue. You know that.
I'm just going to look at you like you're going to know. And then we have the fingerboard here is actually Cadillacs, and you actually have some of the sapwood in here. So the lighter areas here are just kind of a different part of the same tree. But you can see they used a piece where it's kind of right on the edge of what you would consider normal looking, and then the lighter sapwood there.
I mean, do you have any favorite kind of particular Martin models?
I really like the 12 frets.
Oh, okay.
So, so you might notice.
Yeah, I'll say that. Go on.
Oh, you want this one? Cool.
I got to play that as well. That's really cool.
So this guy, we actually. I'm not the only one around here that likes 12 frets. We noticed that there's kind of a gap in Martin's model lineup ever since the vintage series went away. So this guitar is based on the HD28 VS. So it's vintage and it's a sloped shoulder or slotted headstock, 12 fret neck joint here. And we actually also did this in the D18, so D18 VS.
Yeah.
And these are custom shop made, really, really excellent guitars.
Yeah.
And we're, I mean, so glad to see them back in the lineup because it's been a really long time.
Yeah.
And the 12 fret does give a very unique sound. It's got more of a present mid-range and really, really records well, in my opinion. So very happy to see these back.
Yeah. Again, I was playing around on that earlier. Great, like, just for strumming, finger picking, it can do kind of all of it, really.
Absolutely.
But it looks great. I mean, the slotted headstock.
Yeah,
looks pretty sick,
really, they got it right the first time that they did it,
Yeah.
and then the vintage series obviously were fantastic instruments as well. So, and then for these guys, we went with Adirondack spruce top with the VTS system. So it's basically gonna be kind of aged to the approximate year that they were going for on them, and then. Here's some of that very straight grain East Indian rosewood that I was talking about.
That is nice.
And a lot of your typical D28 appointments, you've got your herringbone, antique white binding, just
a great
kind of hard to
guitar.
argue with if you want a 12 fret in a big body. So.
Yeah.
So we have a OM42, so technically one size bigger than a triple O.
Right.
And I mean, this is absolutely wild.
It's
like,
gorgeous, isn't it?
just absurd rosewood on here.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that this is like a wild grain rosewood, and this is a lot of the stuff that we had picked out last week. So a lot of stuff with non-traditional, but then you still get some of your straight grain up here. So really, really great looking guitar.
Yeah.
It sounds great too.
I mean, it sounds great. It plays really, really well. I mean, I know I said that like a D28 is my dream kind of Martin or dream acoustic in general. Amongst there's a few of them, but over the years I found myself leaning towards the smaller shapes like the double O or triple O, whatever.
Absolutely.
They're just very comfy to play. I find, you know?
Yeah. So on this OM42, we have obviously Sitka top on there. Looks like some nice aging toner to kind of yellow it out there. And we do have, this is some of that wild grain East Indian rosewood that I was talking about.
That is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So as you would typically find in the past, most companies only used rosewood that was just straight grain all the way through.
Yeah.
But I mean, personally, I like this more, something with a little bit more character, and I mean, it's right in the name. It's pretty wild looking.
Yeah.
So,
Stunning, isn't it?
yeah. And this is actually really, really well ornamented here. You've got your snowflake inlays, and then diamonds and bars on here, as well as the pearl all the way around, as well as on the perimeter of the neck there.
Yeah.
So definitely kind of up near your 42 or 45 style appointments, which is awesome. And we do have really, really nice flame maple binding top and back of the body, neck, and the head cap, which you don't usually see people do. And then beautiful floral inlay on the front there. And then kind of typical to some of the older guitars, you actually have the CF Martin stamp on the back here
Oh.
rather than any logo or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Nice touch.
I mean, just a fantastic guitar in a great shape. Usually, if you're recording like a model like this, you have to take less frequencies out
Yeah.
for a balanced sound,
Right.
whereas with the dreadnought, there's kind of some shaping that
Yeah.
has to happen there. But
Of course, yeah. Now, I mean, I've had the pleasure of playing all these. I'm a big D28 fan. It's kind of one of my dream acoustic guitars, really, to have a D28. It's for me, it's the archetype. Well, you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
It's
I know
the-
what
your
you're saying. I
classic
don't know how to say that
acoustic
word
guitar
either.
in like films, magazines when I was a kid,
Yeah,
and it was that shape, but you know, with the blonde kind of top.
absolutely.
But that's really cool to see it in that.
Yeah, yeah. Anytime you have like a shade top or like an amber tone type thing, it's a very classic for
Yeah.
a reason, for sure. And you don't, like you said, you don't really see it as often as you do just a straight up natural finish. So whenever these are available, we typically do try to go after them
Well, you might
whenever
as well.
possible.
Yeah, I mean that is a stunning looking
Yeah.
guitar. All right, now, so do we have the ability to let's pretend someone at home is watching this and they want this but slightly different, maybe a different type of neck, maybe without these or without that. Do we have the ability to do that? Oh, we do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We can certainly order to the exact specification. Martin has a ton of things that they offer that may have never been used, but they offer them anyway, just in case somebody wants to be really, really specific about what they want.
Yeah.
And the lead times are not too bad with Martin, so if anybody at home has something in particular they want, just call, chat, email, all that good stuff, and
well, I mean, it's
we'll
cool.
get it quoted.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that we have the ability to do that.
Absolutely.
You know, change maybe the neck or this or that.
Yeah.
Have your own somewhat unique Martin, which is very cool.
Yeah, and actually we are what Martin refers to as a custom expert dealer. So we do have some options on our custom builds that aren't available to every Martin dealer. So there's definitely a lot of cool stuff we can do, and the salespeople can elaborate on that a little bit.
Now, so you said, so we've got quite a lot of Martin Customs at the shop at the moment.
Yeah, we do. We did just get the shipment of these guys, the HD28 VS, and then we also have the D18 VS as well. So we have just a few of each of those, so it is going to be a pretty limited run.
Yeah.
And then, just all sorts of stuff arriving every day and more to come.
Yeah. So, I mean, I assume it's probably best for people at home to maybe call the shop, email, just or whatever, really, because
absolutely
these were
chatting.
Yeah, chat. I mean, they're probably not going to last too long, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, this model in particular, I mean, we go through those and are getting new ones all the time, so definitely good to jump on while we have them. And then guitars that are more one-offs, like this guy, the OM42, and then this guy as well. It's hard to say because, I mean, this is obviously a trickier body shape, but if you're somebody who enjoys more finger style or kind of that smaller body sound, that would be a great guitar and a very, very unique guitar as well.
Well, I mean, I think we've kind of wrapped it up there. Amazing guitars, look great, sound great. I mean, that's really cool that we can customize them and do our own thing with them. So you got to get on them quick, folks. Give Daniel a call. Don't give me a call because I don't know.
Don't call me either.
Oh, don't call you.
I'm not good with people.
We're gonna put his phone number right here.
Yeah, my personal line.
Direct line.
Yeah, don't put that in there. But no.
222
Yeah.
There you go.
Gwen won. Love that guy.
Kids.
Yeah.
I mean, all very cool guitars. A lot of fun playing them. You can't go wrong with any of them. They all sound great.
Yeah. But after being in business for so long, they kind of have it down.
I think so. I think they know what 18. I don't know what.
1833.
I don't even know.
I'm asking the question, but that's right.
Oh, it is. Hang on. Yeah, 1833. You're correct.
Yeah.
Wow, fucking hell, it's nearly 200 years.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
They know what they're doing.